Hello, I'm James Woolidge at the Abbey Fields Clinic, and today we're going to just do a quick 2 minutes on how sleep might influence your pain. Now, the first thing we need to understand is a hormone called cortisol, and this is part of your stress response, and it should drop off during the day to a very low level at night. That hormone is antagonistic to another well-known hormone called melatonin, and they have this relationship, which means you have to have low levels of cortisol to give you high levels of melatonin. This is the reason why we have to suppress things like our iPhone use, electrical use before we go to bed, because all of those act as a stimulant which keep your cortisol levels high, which in turn will not allow you to raise up your levels of melatonin to get you good quality deep sleep. The other thing that happens during the day is a natural build-up of something called adenosine. Now that gives you something called sleep pressure. Now adenosine, unfortunately, has the same receptors for caffeine in the brain. So any caffeine that you've got floating around the system, and we now know that caffeine has a half-life of about 6 hours, will suppress your ability to build up adenosine, which will make you feel sleepy along with melatonin. So we do know from the evidence now that we need at least 7 hours. There are some people that think they can get away with less, but the evidence says that they're probably wrong. So 7 hours of good quality deep sleep does two things. The first thing is it resets and modulates your immune system. Now your immune system plays a role in inflammation, which underpins pain. And we now know that on nearly every level of pain there will be some element of inflammation. Your body presses the reset switch on a lot of those mechanisms if you get good quality deep phase sleep. The other thing that also happens is that we raise our levels of growth hormone and another couple of reparative hormones that help you recover from injury and long-term pain conditions like arthritis. So if you don't get good deep phase sleep, you will inhibit aspects of growth hormone. The other thing that happens is that your blood sugars should reset during the night with that level of sleep that you're getting. And if you're not getting that, blood sugar levels stay high, and we know that there's a relationship between blood sugar levels and inflammation now. And that underpins something called metabolic syndrome, or diabetes, which is diabetes, blood pressure, and obesity. So most people focus on improving aspects of exercise and diet when they're trying to control their health or their pain, but actually good quality sleep is free, and it's just as important as those other two aspects. Thanks for listening.